He's skilled, smart, talented, and a highly successful Beverly Hills plastic surgeon, plus a mega TV personality. And he's passionate about helping all of us look our very best. Dr. Paul Nassif is my next guest on Look Who's Crafting Now. Well, look who it is, Dr. Paul Nassif. Hello, my love, how are you?
Fantastic, how are you?
I am good. It is so awesome you're joining us on the show today. Of course, you're in, fancy Beverly Hills, and I'm thrilled you're here, so thanks for your time. So this is kind of a fun new concept, and we have sent you a very special box. So, i.e., you got the box in front of you, correct?
Absolutely.
Now,
I have not peeked. I have not peeked, no.
That's what I ask everybody, because I don't know how people stand it. It's just sitting there and you're looking at it wondering, what are they gonna put me through? All right, well, we're now gonna open the box. So I want you to open the box, and this is gonna be our project we're gonna do together. So open it and please reveal what's gonna happen.
Okay, so is this like, me being a surgeon? Oh, look it! Okay, so we have, a little bear. Hold on, and there's,
little bear.
All right, and we got a little bag of something. We got a pair of scissors.
Always handy.
All right, and then we got some needles.
Yes, yes.
Okay, you're kind of getting me a little scared here. I feel like I'm operating then. Oh, hold on. Oh, wait a minute. And we have some thread.
Thread, yes.
Oh,
so
boy.
You're
I know how to stitch, but I don't know how to suture. Sew. Oh my Lord.
We're gonna test it because we think it's pretty much the same, okay? Sure, it's a bear versus skin.
All right, now, we don't need the big box.
Yep, you can put the box away.
I gotta be honest with you. I have to perform under pressure here.
Exactly. Well, I don't know, you have cameras on you while you're doing surgery. I can't imagine. That's gotta be a little pressure.
Oh God, isn't that funny? But that's easy for me. Now I'm nervous, but I'm ready to have fun here.
I love it. Okay, so check out your bear. First off, your bear, well, guess what? It needs a nose job. So we're gonna have to fix his nose.
Oh, you're right.
And then you look at his ear. We've got a little issue because his ear's been literally botched. That was a really bad surgery. One of them's got a hole.
Look, yeah, this ear is kind of ripped.
And then his little, I know you don't do feet, maybe you do, but I don't think so. But his little foot's got an issue too. We gotta fix the hole in his foot.
All right.
Okay.
So we need some filler. All right, so I got it. All right, I'm all ears. Actually, I'm all ears.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna take your needle and thread. Come on, now we're gonna go, it's a botched bear. So now we're gonna suture it, I guess, sew it up. And you're gonna make it look beautiful. Now, in your baggie, you should have more stuffing, which i.e. is equivalent to the filler that you shoot into people's body parts.
Okay.
Well, just like your patients, we're gonna fix the bear. So where you think it needs some help and you gotta suture it back up, we gotta get the bear back out to Hollywood fabulousness. As a doc, you look at a patient like this, a hot mess, what would you do first? The ear, the nose?
Yeah, you know what? Let's fill that nose up with some volume, since everyone knows me for doing all those crazy noses.
All the noses.
So there's a rip here, and it has no volume. We need to augment the nasal dorsum.
Okay.
There's some medical
terminology. Is there a
terminology.
deviated septum in there you think we can repair?
Yeah, we can do that too, and I'll do a turbinate out fracture simultaneously.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Okay, so now I need you to get your needle and thread. You got to do that whole thing.
All right.
And then begin your nose, what is that, a rhino?
Rhinoplasty, but don't I have to fill the nose first with the volume?
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kind of jump into, while we're working on our little Mr. Bear, kind of your background and kind of your life, really. You definitely grew up as a Californian. I mean, you've been there, born, bred, raised. How has that influenced your choice of direction you've went in your life?
Yes, I was born and raised in LA. And, it's interesting about, becoming a doctor out here. It's something I wanted to do since I was probably about 11 years old.
No kidding, really? You knew you wanted to be a doctor at 11?
Yeah.
But why?
I don't know. It just kind of happened.
anybody in your family a doctor, like dad,
Yes.
mom, grandparents, something like that?
Yeah, actually, my uncle was a doctor, and I used to, maybe this is what did it too. I used to go to his office and help clean as a during the summer, and I'm wondering if that's probably what did it, but I'm sure that was a good start.
Now,
All right, so
you got it. You got it. Oh, look at that. Oh, and you even clipped off the end. Gosh, you are good. So you decided to go to med school. I mean, you grow up in LA, which is, pretty fast paced and all that kind of good stuff. You decided to go to med school. And on top of that, you decided to specialize in plastic surgery. And why is that? Why did you choose that specifically?
So I'll give you a little history, which not many people know about. I originally, my training is in something called otorhinolaryngology, which is the long version of ENT.
Oh, no kidding.
Ear, nose, and throat.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that, 20% of the training is in facial plastic and reconstructive surgery.
Oh.
And there's different specialties that come out of that training. I'm almost done with the nose, by the way.
No, you're not. You've got to be kidding me. I'm so far behind.
And okay, by the way, how do I tie this now? Do I tie it like surgery?
Yeah, do it like surgery. You want to go back in, kind of give it a little and then you're going to cut off the excess.
Okay, so I'll do that now.
Did you get rid of the bump on the nose, by the way? I just want to check.
No, I actually remember we're doing an augmentation rhinoplasty, which means we're adding volume. Like if you see me do the rib on TV, this is what we do. We just added this fluff is representing cartilage. So I was going to go into this neurootology, which was again involving ear and tumors involving the brain, and you would operate with a neurosurgeon. But then I did my first rhinoplasty, and I fell in love with it. And then I started doing facelifts, because I do a lot of facelifts in my office, and eyes and all that, and I just fell in love with it.
Okay, so here's what I find very, very interesting about this, is that, you're one smart fellow. If you look you up, which of course I did, not only you are published in, journals and all that kind of good stuff, but you're, you teach, which I think is amazing. And, you've got a lot going on. Why in the world did you decide, oh yeah, let's do this whole thing on TV?
When I was doing my original, some of my first facelifts, I couldn't stand the way the skin looked after. And of course, there's so many different skincare lines, because if I'm doing like a neck lift, and I do such a great job on the skin, on the neck, on the extra skin, but I noticed that, the skin still looking not great. And so we started years ago, with some, again, like more with the hydroscreen and the detox pads. And I did this for my own patients before surgery to make their skin look good. And then all of a sudden, it kind of went from there, and my patients said, well, why don't you make more of this and make more skincare? And so I started studying skincare ingredients, and I started loving it and becoming kind of a aficionado at different type of skincare products, of the active ingredients that go in. And then somehow it got into, for home shop, oh, by the way, I finished the nose, obviously. I'm stitching up the ear now.
The ear's kind of a hot mess. This is a tough one.
Yeah. So,
have you ever worked on an ear?
Oh yeah, I do. I pin back ears all the time. So it was interesting. One day I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he goes, "Do you ever thought about doing this on for some, like for Home Shopping Network?" And I said, "What's that?" And so I started looking into, TV shopping, and I said, "Oh my God, that looks scary." Because you're sitting there and you're selling, and I'm going, "Oh my God." And then I ended up doing it, and I fell in love with it.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm going to back up just a little bit, because I understand the leap from your skincare to us, but the leap from being a plastic surgeon to, going on big time television. How was that?
When I first started practice around 99, I had a publicist, and I loved being on TV, and I loved doing these makeovers. And so I used to do a lot of makeovers on TV, so I got used to doing surgery on TV. Huh. And then the rest is history. You know, we did, you know, a bunch of, okay, this year's done. I mean, obviously my life has changed now. I'm married again, and I got a little beautiful, you know,
Little girl.
wonderful baby. I have a baby girl, Paulina.
Yeah, that's so
And I have
cool.
an incredible wife. By the way, I fixed the ear. And now we gotta go, what, to the foot? I gotta find the hole.
What is it like being a dad again at a little older age?
I'll tell you something, you know, being a dad again at, you know, 59, I love it. I mean, I gotta tell you, it's a little bit easier this time because I have Brittany, you know, who's doing all the heavy lifting and taking care of Paulina. So when I come home from surgery or the office and she's sitting there smiling, waiting for me, and I get to hold her and kiss her and hug her. So that is absolutely incredible.
I love it. And you know what? Don't you think you're a more mature dad because you've got all this life experience?
Especially having, you know, 3 other boys, it's made it easier for me. But I will tell you, you know, I did forget a lot. And that's where, you know, and Brittany's done an incredible job. And so I get to share in all the fun stuff. Changed a few diapers. I've been giving her some solid food a little bit. And, but my thing is I just get to play with her. I'm filling up the foot, by the way, as we speak.
You know when you're injecting someone, let's say in the chesticle areas, what do you call that? How many milliliters?
CCs,
What is that?
you mean if I'm filling someone's lips up or face or what?
Lips or wherever. So yeah, how many cc's did you put in the foot, do you think? In the little
In the
paw?
paw, we're up to about 10 cc's already.
Okay, so now we gotta move forward because I know everybody wants to ask you questions about Botched. I am such a fan of the show and I've been watching it for a long time. So to be able to be with you and know you, it's just, I love the whole experience, right? So how in the world and who came up with this concept of doing the show itself?
It was me. I was having dinner years ago with the producers of The Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is after we were not on the show anymore. We took our exit. And I said, you know, it's time we gotta do another plastic surgery show. So we both came up with the idea, well, why don't we take people that have been, shall we say, damaged and fix them on TV, take patients that have had horrible plastic surgery and try to fix them. And so at that point, they loved the idea, and so I called someone I've known since 1999, and okay, I just filled the foot and put about 20 cc's in it. And he goes, that's the stupidest idea ever. We're gonna take patients that have ruined plastic surgery and try to fix them on TV. And I said, yeah. She goes, well, what happens if they get complications and this and I go, that's the whole purpose. We wanna show people really what it's like. And we want to go through the patients that are maybe not realistic or have body dysmorphia, and also take these very complicated cases and do the best we can. Obviously, it's not like operating on someone with the first time surgery, and try to give them, you know, a new life again and show the complications, show the healing problems, and show you exactly what we do in real life.
How do you pick the cases that you want to do?
They set out a general casting call, and they picked up 8 episodes. Did, and we had 500 people apply.
Oh my gosh.
And then what happened at that point is the network and the casting and the production company go through the patients, and then they show them to us after they like what they see. And in the beginning, these were so difficult. As we reviewed it, it was no, 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 yes. It was no, 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 yes, because of the difficulty. So interesting now we just finished, it's airing. I think we have one more show, season 7, and we have 10,000
What?
people apply. And then now when we see the patients, because we get the final, because we got to make sure we can fix them.
Right.
It's now yes, 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 no. So our skill set has increased dramatically because we've gotten so comfortable with doing these really complicated cases.
Yeah, and you know what I really appreciate about the show itself? Well, number one, I know you know who's coming, but when they really walk through the door.
No,
what?
We don't.
Stop
No, we don't.
Okay, wait,
no,
what happens?
No. So some of these patients, the ones that want, let's say, bigger breasts or bigger butts or things like that,
Right.
or a nose that looks like it's like an alien nose. We don't know them.
Really, you don't?
Don't know anything about them. We don't know they're coming. We don't know anything.
So your natural reaction when we see you and Terry on the air is truly your natural reaction, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, especially me. He's, I'm still shocked every time I see these. I'm like, how could people really do that to themselves? And it's very raw and it's very emotional a lot of times too.
Okay, so people do ask, are these cases real? I mean, you've got to get that question a lot, right?
Yeah, we get asked it all the time. Obviously, the patients we operate on, of course, are very real because you're seeing the transformation. And by the way, interesting to let you know, these patients are seen 6 to 8 weeks after surgery, maybe 3 months. These surgeries that I do need about at least a year to really recuperate and get the results. And the other patients that they fly in from all over the world that want that, that are a little bit over the top, these are all real patients. Everything they're coming in for that seems crazy, if we don't do it, which we usually don't, they go and have it done by somebody else, unless they listen to us and say, if you do this, here's what can happen. And so we try to talk some sense in them. So obviously it's entertaining, but at the same point, it's a cautionary tale to everyone watching of what not to do.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what is the most extreme? If you think of all the patients that have been on botched, we're not going to talk about your, regular clients, but your botched patients. What was the one that was the most extreme? And you were just like, you've got to be kidding me.
We had, I think, the alien boy come in, and he wanted me, seriously, to take his ears and make them look like Yoda. He wanted that. That to me was one of the craziest requests, and 100% dead serious, and really wanted to change himself into a space alien. A space alien. And or we have a lot of these patients who want to be anime characters. I mean, it's real. I mean, it's all real. Then we also have the heartfelt stories. I'm going to tell you one quick one. I'll never forget this. Young lady who came in. She came in, had some weird symptoms with her nose. She got into an accident on a moped in Italy, and then had a very good team operate on her at Harvard. But still needed now a little second reconstruction by me. And she had a symptom of leaking out of one side of her nose, clear fluid. But when I hear that, I think of brain fluid called CSF leak, from inside the brain, leaking out of her nose. So I ordered a special CT scan. And interesting, there was no leak, but she had 3 vascular tumors inside of her brain called aneurysms. And we diagnosed those, sent her immediately to a famous and incredible doctor back east, I think Harvard too. Fixed her because she would have died. She also had a child with special needs that she wasn't doing anything with her child because she didn't want to go out because of her nose. So at that point, we saved her life, came back, did her surgery. I met her severely autistic child, and that was probably one of the first times, at least on TV, that I cried in our film. I was just sobbing. And then I just heard a year ago, she passed. I don't know. And I think about her daughter. Sorry, I get sensitive because I have my daughter now, so I get sensitive.
I think on the flip side, though, you have influenced and changed people's lives. I mean, dramatically changed. I mean, we get a chuckle out of, I'm always amazed at the women who come in and they're just they got a rack, like these incredible racks, right? And they want more. And the chuckly part's great, and you guys are pretty funny about that. And you really do try to talk sense to people. And I love the reality of saying, look, this isn't easy. This isn't right. Your skin's like dying. You got to stop doing this. But I also think what's so important is you truly are changing lives dramatically the vast majority of the time. I know you put in the funny and the weird a lot, but that to me has to be so gratifying as a surgeon because it matters so much to so many people. How do you feel about that?
Oh.
And that must feel so good.
Well, that's the best part of this because, you know, these patients, first of all, either one, we're preventing a mistake being made if they listen to us. Two, everyone who's watching says, okay, I better not do that. And three, the patients that actually get surgery, sometimes a lot of them can never afford it or never knew they could get fixed until Botched came out. And, you know, I mean, we have patients in a small town in Louisiana, for example, especially when we did Botched by Nature. And they never thought they could ever get fixed. And so when you fix them and it really changed their life, whether it's physical, emotional, psychological, everything, it's huge. And it basically makes, you know, what I do just makes me feel great. It makes us feel great. You know, and obviously it's not always warm and fuzzy. There's complications, there's healing issues. I mean, it's tough. But we work it through and overall everyone is just saying thank you for changing my life. Makes you feel good. It would make anyone feel good.
Have you ever had somebody get all done and they go, I hate it?
Oh yeah, of course.
Do you really?
Yeah, when we get patients, especially with body dysmorphia, that we fix them and we make them look better and we've talked about it and then they look at the results and say, I'm not happy with it. Or it's not enough, they're not realistic, or you know, that happens in real life with every doctor.
Okay, so now I want to look at our little bear because you've now done your surgery. By the way, my nose is so crooked. I would not be a good rhinoplasty surgeon, I don't think. Do you see it? You see how crooked it's all like this?
It's deviated to the left.
It is. And yours is right on, which is really good.
No, the right amount of filler.
So I do want to jump to, now that our bear has had its plastic surgery, it's all fixed up, let's talk about your line here at HSN, because I do want to talk about that briefly. Because, you know, again, Beverly Hills, it's big time, you're a big time doctor and all that kind of good stuff. I love the fact that you share your talents with us, the rest of us, because, you know, a lot of us can't go to your office, or we don't have the time or the finances, or do we want to go there, but we do want improvements. And I love the fact that you share that level of and quality of product with all of us who are here at HSN.
I mean, you know what's fun about it? I mean, to me, talking about skin is fun. So it's not really a job. So when I'm talking about exfoliation and hydration and delivering antioxidants to the skin, it's fun. You know, and it's great talking about the key ingredients because I like getting a little technical about why does this product work on this part of the skin? For the upper eyelid, for example, you know. And it's enjoyable because that's something, again, that I have a passion for. I love operating, I love skin.
And we love you, especially Mr. BEARy. All right, well, I'm gonna keep you any longer. I know you've got a busy, busy day with a lot of patients and a lot of clients to see. So I just have to thank you again. I think you're just amazing and wonderful. And I really appreciate your time. And let's see your bear. You gotta put your bear towards the camera so we can see it. Oh, look, he looks so cute. Are you gonna name your patient?
Yes, I am. This is gonna be Paul Jr.
All right, Paul Jr., bye. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye, everybody.
I loved his story. Hey, if you want to check out his beautiful skincare line, it's Nassif MD Dermaceuticals. Just pop over to hsn.com. And while you're there, be sure to see our crafting products. You'll find everything you need to craft along with us on the next episode of Look Who's Crafting Now.